Hi class, Dr. Cho has decided to go off the reservation this week. Instead of sticking with the original lecture, which was supposed to be about getting a job and branding yourself, that tends to be less of an issue for you as it is for new grads. And it's actually a lecture more geared towards just giving them confidence. Anyway, what would probably be more applicable to a lot of you is this is a lecture from my digital marketing class, but it's about the journey and getting started digitally when you start promoting your products. So what I'm going to be talking about is the journey, the big 15, meaning the 15 biggest social media sites, and finally give you an example of one of the social media sites. So when you come in contact with the customer, so this is the funnel where you start out, the customer becomes aware of you, then they give you consideration, meaning you start engaging with them, and then they make a purchase, and later on you're going to have to service them, and you hope you build up loyalty where they start referring you and sharing you and everything else. And so here are all the different options, whether it's digital or physical. And for you as a startup, though, what you're most concerned with is the beginning. You're concerned about, how do I get people to know about me, to get consideration, and then to start purchasing things. That's part of the journey I'm most concerned with. And so this is what we refer to as the funnel, where the top of the funnel is where you start attracting people. And your honey is pretty much the content that you can offer, or some kind of promotion like a coupon or something like that. And so the funnel to the left is just a generalized funnel when they talk about the top of the funnel, the middle of the funnel, and the bottom of the funnel. And the right side is these are the digital things that help drive that funnel, whether it's search results, which is SEO, which I'm not going to talk about, click-through landing page, and so on and so forth. And so the journey, and there's actually a site, FletcherMethod.com, which a lot of this is based on. He does a pretty good job of summarizing what it is to get through the journey. But essentially, what is the journey? Well, the journey starts out first and foremost with you understanding the customer. Do you have a good message? And do you hit the marks of the brand? Meaning, have you differentiated yourself? Have you communicated your relevance? Do they feel good about you and your product? And do they learn about you? Then it's about, once I have those leads, converting those leads. How do I engage them and convert them over into an order? And then finally, scale. How do I start making this large enough that I can bring in lots of customers? And so the crux of this journey, though, is that it's serial. If you don't have one part working, none of it's going to work. And so it all starts out with the customer. Do you really know them? Do you have a compelling message? How well aligned are you? The next step is lead conversion. How do I attract, engage, and order? And finally, scaling. How do I drive the traffic, rule the web, and promote also mobilely? How do I scale this up to touch a lot of people? Now, in terms of tracking your customers and everything else, templates are really important. Templates just make it easier for you, so you know what information do I want to take down. This is what your CRM's all about, collecting customer information. And what it comes down to is that templates help you be consistent. They help reduce costs because they reduce errors and waste, and it simplifies the process. So when people don't understand what's going on, they can just turn to a template. Now, templates also have drawbacks. And those drawbacks is that all of a sudden now everybody's part of a cookie cutter process. You can start to create queues when people's information gets in and everything else. And you're using templates, everybody's using templates. So in terms of your competitive advantage in marketing, you're really not any different. Six Sigma was in R&D was killed by 3M. And that's that they found out that the process became bigger than the mission, that everybody was just concerned with checking off those Six Sigma boxes rather than actually doing research. And so it was stifling creativity, so 3M got rid of it. How well do you know your customer? And these are the factors in developing a customer persona. Do you understand their psychographics, their values, their attitudes, their beliefs? Who else do they participate with? The reason why affiliations are so important is this is the way you build networks, understanding the links between you and somebody else. Behavior is, what are they going to do with your product? How do they interact with your brand as well as your product? What's social? Is there any social reasons that they'll use your product to connect with others? Why are they using their product? And that pretty much comes down to value. So is it utility, esteem, or cost? What is the value proposition? In terms of decision making, how do they go about making decisions? Who influences those decisions? And finally, in terms of information, how do they go about gathering information? The way we make decisions is the first thing after looking at the questions, we want to know what our options are. So typically we'll gather information next. And so how easy do you make it for the customer to find you? Is your content aligned? And so on and so forth. In terms of finding the target market, you want, first of all, it's about pain. Where is their pain? And the big thing about pain, now not all products are based on pain, but the big advantage of pain is that it creates urgency. They're more ready to act. And this is why people like to understand pain markets. In terms of targeting the market, what kind of time frame are they looking at? Is this something they take a long time to purchase? Is there growth? Is there potential? How do you connect? Do your values connect with their values? How are they aware of your brand, how you're different, what competition there is, and is this a niche? And finally, profit. That all the financials look good. These are your considerations in your target market. And we'll continue this discussion in the next video.